Kwa mtazamaji, ni kuregeshe katika karakana za vijana kwa huduma la taifa NYS, ambapo Daktari Fred Matiang'i, waziri wa usalama wa ndani, amekuwa akikagua magwanda yale ambayo yatatumiwa na maafisa wetu wa polisi punde atakapokuwa tayari. Na kwa sasa waziri wa vijana na jinsia Profesa Margaret Kobia anazungumza. Hebu tuwasikize.
For this country, we should feel proud as Kenyans that we can have a production unit of this size, that we can be able to make uniform for this country, provide jobs, and at the end of it, of course, when they wear this uniform, they serve Kenyans. I thank you. Let me take this opportunity to invite CS, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who is the main client for the uniform being made today here, to see what he has seen, because I'm sure he is happy as I am. I thank you all.
Thanks, yes. We won't keep you for long, but I would like my colleague, our PS for industrialization, who's representing us here, to say something, and the chairperson of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers to say something in a minute, then I'll conclude.
Okay.
PS.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think it's a great day for us in industry to have this event here, because for a long time we have spoken about the fact that Kenya has capacity to produce the goods that are consumed in Kenya, and you have witnessed that it is indeed true. And I'm extremely glad at this time to acknowledge the support of the Department of Interior, or the Ministry of Interior, in walking the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya decision of government. Government decided we'll buy Kenya, and they have led by insisting that all police uniforms will be supplied in Kenya. We have worked with manufacturers. We pre-qualified 4 who are capable of producing this fabric in Kenya. And presently 3 of them are producing the fabric that is currently being stitched by NYS. And therefore, at least for us, we're able to demonstrate that Kenya is capable of providing the supplies that the government can purchase. It's a great day, but it's also a sad day, because in the sense, this capacity has been with us for a long time. The capacity at GTI, these machines were installed more than 40 years ago. So the fact that they have been idle only until recently, when we chose to actualize this policy, is a disgrace for us. But as government, I'm glad that we have woken up and are utilizing this capacity and creating the jobs. The material has been made from cotton and fabric that is that is produced in our textile mills, and that also should send a message to farmers and other material producers that there is a market for the cotton that can be produced in Kenya. We have Rivertex, Thika Cotton Mills, Bedi. All these companies have been recruiting farmers to plant cotton, and therefore, as we see this supply and this demand by government, it is a signal that our farmers can go back and prioritize cotton production. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the manufacturers, I also want to add my voice and say that this is a positive day for Kenya. We have been talking a lot about the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya, and saying that we need to support local industries. But I'm very pleased today that government has demonstrated how they are supporting local industries. They have worked with 4 of our manufacturers to develop the fabric. And I think it is good quality fabric, similar to what would be imported from another country. So I really applaud the government for choosing not to export Kenyan jobs to other countries, and also for working all the way with the farmers. The good thing with the cotton, textile, and apparel value chain is that it creates a lot of jobs. It can change livelihoods from the farm level all the way to export. So what I want to urge government is, in addition to this sector, we have 13 other sectors within the Association of Manufacturers. I know we're in conversation on leather. We want to also extend this to all the other 13 sectors. We have a big festival next week, Changamka Kenya Shopping Festival, where we'll be showcasing all the 14 sectors, the local capacity, and what we can do to create jobs locally. So I applaud the government for this, and we want to see this in all the sectors. And as the association, we are ready to work with you to develop any products that are required locally. We have the capacity. The utilization locally is not where it should be. I think this also sends a positive signal to investors. If investors see that government is supporting local enterprise, they are more incentivized to come locally. It sends a positive signal to exports. Because if other markets see that our government is buying from us, they are also keen to buy local products. So I want us to support local content within Kenya, within East African community. Let us support Africa so that we can grow shared prosperity for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, finally, on behalf of my colleagues, we are quite a number of people here. Honorable Rachel Shebesh, the CAS, Ministry of Public Service, Gender, our very own PS, Dr. Karanja Kibicho from Interior, Inspector General Boynet, PS Public Service is here, Director General, DIG Gabo and DIG Mbogwa and the whole team we are with here. I want to thank you for coming along. I'll summarize it by making just 2 points. One, I am happy and proud to be a Kenyan because we are supporting across government. And now I am speaking on behalf of the Development Implementation Committee of Cabinet. We have taken a decision. From this day forward, I want to ask my colleagues in Cabinet whose institutions make uniforms, regardless of the number of uniforms they make. We make them in Kenya. Because the capacity is clear, we have capacities to do this. Let us support our economy. Let us support our manufacturers, our farmers. It may have been fashionable a long time ago to do some of the things that are being done by some people. But let us also be plain and sincere and tell each other it is absolute foolishness to spend our resources to import things we can find here. And then there's government. The government is the greatest consumer of goods and services. The money we use for these goods and services is not our money, it's money from tax revenue from Kenyan taxpayers. Isn't it wise to support the Kenyan taxpayers by supporting local content? And you can see here, those who told us all manner of senseless stories about we can't afford, we don't have material and so on, should come and see what we are seeing here. We will not go back on this. We are asking every government department that makes uniform, as we move forward now, to come and make their uniforms here. And then we will move forward and work with CAM and our colleagues in the Ministry of Industrialization on the other 13 sectors so that we support our economy. That's the way we are going to go. We've taken this decision and we are working on this. And we will begin a system of tracking this in various other departments and in various sectors to be sure, because you cannot support manufacturing theoretically. You do it practically by spending our tax resources sensibly in buying what we can make locally. Because that's how we create jobs, that's how we support our farmers, that's how we grow our economy, and that is what any responsible citizen of our country is expected to do. And I think we are responsible citizens. That's what we are going to do. God bless you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Just a question.
Leo.
Just to know when these uniforms will be ready and all the...
No, the uniforms are ready. You have actually heard from my colleague, the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service. They make 1,000 pairs every day. So we have no problem. How can you ask me when the uniforms are ready? You can see the Inspector General is wearing uniform.
Yes, but the rest of the police...
What, my friend, please ask a question that is a little more sensible than that. You have heard what they have just said. They are making 1,000 pairs a day. We started making the uniforms already. Look, where is Owino? Owino is wearing a uniform. You can see the DIG cape is wearing the uniform.
I'd like to know how much money are we saving by bringing this from the apparels, from the materials and from manufacturing locally, compared to how much money we would have paid outside?
Over 700 million.
That we're saving.
Over 700 million. Thank you.
Yeah.